Welcome to the Political Matrix News. Politics, people, local, regional, national news. Political Matrix News keeps you informed. We have the sources, we have the truth from inside the political matrix.
Hello, guys and girls out there. This is Greg Fink here with the Political Matrix News broadcast. When we got a wonderful team here, we have Jonathan Cole and we have Tiffany Houston here. Tiffany out there in California, and Jonathan is going down the fort over there in Navarre, Florida. And we're going to open up the first part of the segment tonight about the bridge, which is sure to be a very solemn issue. I mean, we had a bridge in Baltimore collapse whenever a barge hit it, and somehow it became political. Now, of course, in a very political campaign year, there are now allusions toward a movie that Obama helped produce and possibly DEI issues that might have to do with the hiring or the employment of the people running the port. And this is actually being pushed by Republicans. I'm a Republican. I cannot believe that that we're jumping this far off the cliff and not really realizing how to handle the situation. Let's go ahead and get into this here real quick. Tiffany, what do you think about all this?
Well,
I mean, seriously,
so
is it speechless almost?
politicians and pundits have claimed the disaster could not have simply been an accident, that it was somehow, there's all these conspiracy theories. It was somehow Biden's fault or the fault of immigrants or the result of a terrorist attack. There's no evidence that they're bringing when they make these allegations. And this is the thing.
Wow.
They're saying this, and the majority of people who perished when this happened were construction workers, and they were immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
And to make these allegations, it's cruel. It's really cruel, and I think cruelty is the point.
We've had bridge issues. I mean, I'm in Florida, and I think I used to live in Florida, and that's where Jonathan is as well. And in Pensacola, we had hurricane issues, and down here, I'm in Gainesville, and down here in the Tampa area, we had bridge issues a long time ago, but it was never ever looked at as a political issue. I mean, It was now, shoddy work or something like that, maybe, but I mean, this was actually a barge running into the bridge, and a very old bridge, by the way. And
Yes.
so, I mean, it's not like it was done on purpose or done. And they're going to investigate, and I mean, we'll see where the investigation goes. But for the Republicans and any Democrats, for anybody to be jumping out saying this is political in any direction, left or right, and to me, it's just asinine.
Yeah.
Jonathan, what do you think?
Well, within less than an hour of it hitting the news, live, being in the area, I mean, like I already had heard people calling it it has to be a terrorist act. Like, it can't possibly be an accident. It has to be a terrorist act.
I mean, you and I actually talked about that possibly being an issue because of the national defense issues and national security issues around that port.
But I'm not going to run out and say that's absolutely what happened. And since then, I have a lot of friends in the maritime industry, and my father was a seagoing captain for 30 years. And they're talking about the fact that there's strong currents at that point, which are usually our bridges create strong cross currents, whatever reason. But one that's a pilot up in Seattle area had showed some of the film, and you can see the lights blink on and off 3 or 4 times before it hits. And there are fail safes. There's electric, there's hydraulic, and others, but it's not easy to turn a big ship.
No, it's not.
It's like trying to turn a semi truck, in the parking lot of some of these little strip centers they build nowadays. It's just not that hard. It's error. It's a tragic error, but like to immediately say, well, Biden staged this to justify the upcoming collapse of the economy. But that was yesterday. Now today it's taken an entirely different turn. One was the citation from Fox News I sent you about, either the Obamas pulled this off, or they gave the idea of how it could be done through this movie. And then, all the comments across the country from various Republican congressmen and candidates that this is all a result of DEI, and that's why DEI has to be done away with.
Right. I mean,
the mayor of Baltimore replied very vociferously, and rightly so. The bridge was built before DEI was even a concept. I mean,
how old is that bridge?
I think it was built in 72.
Right.
That's what I saw correct.
So it's 52 years old.
Yeah. I mean, my take being around bridges all my life was there was no bumper system. It was just
pre-stressed concrete pilings. Most bridges get replaced after every 30 years.
Yeah.
Or had to have reinplacement, structure added to them. Usually, I mean, average lifespan, like here in Pensacola, the lifespan of our bridge here is usually around like 30 years old and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then you replace it in segments. You don't have to do the whole thing all at one time.
After the barge hit the Pensacola Bay Bridge in, was it 89? They built the wooden bumper system after that. Now the new bridge it's kind of the new, I won't say technology, but they built a large cofferdam and then backfill it with mud, and it creates like an island, and it's yards from the channel, so a boat can't even get to the pilings.
Right.
But this bridge was built, it's just sheer pilings going into the bay. They're made out of pre-stressed concrete, which on impact will literally shatter, which you can see in the video. And with the suspension bridge, once one component fails, it's all coming down. Yeah. So, but yeah, just the fact that that's where we're at as a country nowadays, is that any tragic news event becomes immediate conspiratorial fodder.
I mean, you're in California, Tiffany. I mean, what are people out there saying about it? Is this more of an East Coast thing that as being more talked about over here, or is there a lot of political fodder over there thinking it's conspiracy?
Nowhere near as much. Nowhere near as much as what I'm picking up in the East Coast.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, guys, it's it's definitely going to be under a lot of investigation, and it's going to be thoroughly investigated. And right now, with all the knee-jerk reactions of everybody thinking that they know everything about maritime issues and how bridges fall and how they are built and everything else, is astonishing to me, especially since they think there's actually a political component to it. And we're gonna do some more research and everything like that, and probably will bring us back up a few episodes from now. But right now, this is it for the rest of the segment here. And please stay tuned. We're going to be talking about more. We have a lot to talk about. We got VP picks here from RFK. We got the economy here with the budget. We also are going to talk about who's going to be rebuilding the bridge and who's going to be paying for that. And we have some crazy statements from crazy politicians all across the country. So please stay tuned. Bye-bye.